Let us imagine China on the moon's south pole with the insane resources that can instantly power our world for ages. Water ice for fuel, rare minerals for tech power. But what about America? Just watching our space leap go. Is this our fate? Or will the US totally flip the script on Beijing's ambitions? Today, we're diving into the escalating US-China space race, China's hidden agenda to overtake the US, the shocking stats behind their surge, and how America is fighting back. This isn't just about stars, it's about global power. Stick around because the twists will shock you. Forget sci-fi. Space is really the new frontier for everything military power, economy, even tech. The US has absolutely been leading since Apollo 11. We've got NASA, SpaceX, and the Space Force, a true powerhouse trio. How about China? They've gotten super serious about space. Since their first taikonaut flew in 2003, they've pumped billions into making it a top national priority. Why the sudden interest of China in space exploration? The simple answer is that space means control. Satellites are used for spying, navigation, and even for weather manipulation. And what about the moon? It's the gateway to trillions in resources. NASA's estimates show the lunar south pole holds up to 600 million tons of water ice, which is enough to fuel rockets and sustain bases. Whoever controls that controls the future. Here is the twist. In 2025, China smashed records with over 100 rocket launches, beating the US for the third year in a row. Based on the report, China launched 108 times in 2025 versus America's 98. That's not luck, it's strategy. Their Long March rockets are reliable and cost-effective at half the price of a Falcon 9. And get this, China is building a mega-constellation of 200,000 satellites. Yes, you heard that right. This is done to rival SpaceX's Starlink. In late December 2025, Chinese entities filed plans with the International Telecommunication Union (ITU), an agency, to launch two massive, independent satellite constellations CORT-C1 and CORT-C2, each consisting of 96,714 satellites. Why so many? The purpose is to blanket the globe in internet, but also for military eyes in the sky. This is a hidden agenda. Beijing is using this to crowd out US assets, increasing collision risks. They even complained about Starlink safety threats, which is hypocritical. SpaceX responded by lowering about 4,400 satellites orbits for safety, but that's just buying time. But here is where it gets intense. China's moon program is accelerating. Their Chang'e 6 mission in 2024 brought back samples from the moon's far side, a world first. Now they are eyeing a crewed landing by 2030, but whispers say it could be sooner. In 2026, China is launching Zhengzheng, a Hubble-class space telescope docking with their Tiangong station. The field of view is 300 times larger than Hubble's. That is game-changing for astronomy and surveillance. Meanwhile, the US Artemis I's return to lunar orbit with astronauts is delayed to late 2026. Why? Budget cuts. Trump's fiscal year 2026 budget for NASA is just $18.9 billion, representing a 25% slash from last year. However, Congress bumped it to $24.4 billion, but it still represents a slight decrease, roughly 1.7% to 2% from the previous year's enacted levels. Here is the suspense twist. If delays hit again, China could beat America to a moon landing. Experts at CSIS warn that China is poised to overtake in 5 to 10 years if we don't act. Here is a rhetorical question. Are we really going to let China beat us to the space race? Remember, China's space program is military-run. The PLA oversees it all, covering both military and civil missions. On January 11, 2007, China conducted a destructive anti-satellite as a test by using a ground-based, medium-range ballistic missile SC-19 to destroy its own defunct FY-1C weather satellite at an altitude of 865 kilometers. But don't count America out yet. This is where the fight back begins. Enter Jared Isaacman, Trump's NASA pick-a-billionaire astronaut who's flown private missions with SpaceX. He vowed that America would return to the moon before its great rival. The stats back this confidence. SpaceX's Starship, the beast that'll land the US on the moon, aced its fifth test in 2025, catching the booster mid-air. By 2026, expect full orbital refueling test ski for Artemis II's 2028 landing. And the Space Force. It is rapidly advancing its Race to Resilience initiative, with 2026 serving as a pivotal year to transition to full-spectrum warfighting and defend against growing threats from China. The initiative aims to deliver integrated, distributed, and flexible space capabilities designed to operate in contested environments. How? About the budget. $30 billion for space military alone. Unlike China's state-controlled program, ours thrives on innovation. The private sector, like Blue Origin and Boeing, is adding reusable tech, cutting costs by 90% since the shuttle days. So what does this mean? If China wins the moon, they control resources worth trillions, for example, helium-3 for fusion energy and rare earths for EVs. The US tech edge erodes and the military is vulnerable. But what if America strikes back? We secure the future, inspire the world, and prove free enterprise beats authoritarian control. The race is on. 2026 could be the turning point. Will delays doom us, or will innovations propel us ahead? The hidden agenda of China is not just exploring. They're conquering. If this fired you up, smash that like button and subscribe for weekly breakdowns on us triumphs in tech wars, military might, renewables, and Africa's rise. Join the community in comments. Who wins the space race? America or China? Turn on notifications. Let's keep America on top.